Can you hear me, Morris?
Now I can hear you.
There, I don't know what I was doing wrong.
You got it. You got it. How are you?
Good and yourself?
I can't complain. It wouldn't do me any good. I'm in Pennsylvania right now, your home state.
Oh, my home state?
Didn't you come from Pennsylvania originally when you moved out there?
No, I came from Chicago.
Oh, same thing.
Well, yeah, close enough. A few states between.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm over at my daughter's house. They're in Illinois, and their son is in University of Illinois football. And
Ah,
they went out for they don't have a spring game anymore, but they have a scrimmage, among their own team. And so they went out for that and tried to decide whether he's going to go into the portal
oh
or
my.
not. Or
That portal's killing college sports.
it abs the portal and NIL.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree.
Because what's happening, the coach at Nebraska was talking the other day, and he was saying, you know,
Ah,
the
shit.
problem is we can't he says we can't develop people anymore. We used to take people and develop them to the
Mhm.
point where they would play. They wouldn't play for the first couple of years, and then they would play for 2 or 3 years. And he said, now we can't afford to do it. We have to go out to the portal to get people that could compete immediately.
Well,
And
it's a shame because Michigan State, Tom Izzo happens to like bringing people along, like you were saying.
yeah, yeah,
And he just lost one of his top guys.
yeah, yeah. And,
Shame.
and I don't blame the kids. I mean, you
No.
go in there and, there's a second string quarterback and somebody offers him $1 million to come and play, and you can be my first string quarterback. You can't blame the kid for that.
Heck no.
But like you said, it's absolutely destroying the stuff.
I don't know how they get out of it or how they stop it.
I
It's
don't
too
know.
far gone now, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was all based on a court case out in California.
Really?
Yeah, there was a court case in California where um, a couple of kids sued the school that the school was making money off of them, and they didn't get any of it. And that's what name, image, and likeness.
Okay.
Well, then the NCAA says, "All right, well, we'll endorse it, but we have to actually control it," and they haven't done a very good job. They just made it
Yeah.
worse. So, hello,
Hello,
Peter.
Peter.
Good evening, guys. Hi, Bob. Hi, Morris.
How are you?
Night. I'm finally totally healthy.
What do you
Totally
eat?
healthy.
I've gone through about 4 surgeries and some radiation, but I've come out the other end.
All right.
That was Peter was all prostate.
Yeah, yeah. I've been very fortunate. Very fortunate.
Yeah, I went through all that too.
You did that too?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, prostatectomy and
I guess it's guys of a certain age. Is that the way that works?
I don't know, maybe.
No, I don't know. I
Well,
guys of a certain age.
Peter, I'm lucky. My doctor said, had tested me and my PSI came out to be like zero point 0.6, something that way. And he looked at me and he says, "Well, that's not the way you're going."
Oh,
You're
you're
lucky.
going a different way, huh?
Yeah. He said,
I
he
didn't
says,
know
"Don't
we're
worry
all
about it."
going
He said, "You're
somewhere.
going, it's just not that way."
Yeah, right. Just not that way, Morris.
Hello, Sam.
Hey, how we doing?
Oh,
Yeah.
look who's there. Mr. Slade.
How are you?
I'm good.
Where
Good.
are you?
Where am I? I'm in Connecticut.
Okay.
Is
When do
it
you
cold
come
there?
down?
Hi,
Is it
Bob.
cold, Sam?
It's in the 60s. Not too bad.
You
Nice.
look
Not
like
too
you're
bad.
dressed for cold.
That's because I keep the house at 65.
Oh, good reason.
Well, Bob, I want you to know it was 77 today in Pennsylvania.
We were
Wow.
80 today in Atlanta.
Wow.
Well, I'll tell
It's
you
supposed
what,
to hit,
Peter,
supposed to
it
be close
wasn't
to 90 tomorrow.
it wasn't 77 in eastern Pennsylvania.
I understand
I'm in
that.
Langhorne.
I understand that.
I am Langhorne. You didn't share.
It was 70. I was out biking today, got on my bicycle and rode.
Good.
Hmm.
Sam, when
I'm
are you coming down?
I'm finding I don't ride as far as I used to.
You a Yankee
Oh,
fan? You
Yeah,
watching the Yankees?
of course. I'm from New York, Bob.
Okay.
I'm not from Chicago. Are you rooting for the White Sox?
No, actually, well, I'm in Atlanta, and Atlanta's the only winless team now, right now.
That's unbelievable.
It is.
They've been a great team for years.
Yes. Well, season's not over.
No,
So,
but starting out always.
It's just starting.
Oh, yeah, get better soon.
so Peter, is it the bat or the people?
I have no idea. No idea.
Aren't the Yankees using that new bat?
Yeah, the torpedo bat.
Yeah.
Judge, but Aaron doesn't use it.
Oh, well,
I wonder how Mickey Mantle would have done with it.
I don't know. Hey, Sam, when are you coming down to Jersey?
May.
I am.
First weekend in May. And I'll be down probably the rest of the summer.
All right. We want
So
to
make your
schedule you
make
to-
your plans accordingly, okay?
Yeah, I
'Cause
will.
I'm pretty much free the whole summer.
Peter, what's your travel schedule look like?
I am free.
All right, we'll figure out something for mid-May.
I
Sure,
am
sounds good.
now.
Midweek
I have one doc-
midweek's better for me than weekends though.
I have one doctor's appointment left, and that's it.
So you're all going to Sam's Lake or Ocean House? Is that where you're going?
No,
No,
Sam, Sam's inviting us down to the house.
That's
and
what I
we're all
thought.
going to dinner on Sam.
No, we got Gary Jones, and Pete's going to come from, Harrisburg, and I'm coming up from Barnegat and the Shore. And I come down, we're going to get together and have lunch, the four of us.
Hmm.
You're welcome to come.
Sorry, I don't fly much
You better
anymore.
be careful with that, Sam.
Well, I tell you, I wanted to be like Pete, so I bought a new car
Before the
Just,
tariffs?
a few days ago. Yeah, and
You mean
I
before
bought
the-
a Dodge with a Hemi in it, a 507 horsepower,
Wow.
Durango SUV.
Well, I got rid of my all-electric car, by the way.
Yeah, I know
Why?
you told me that.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
because I have range anxiety. And BMW paid me $17,000 to get rid of it.
They bought it back?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Well, but Pete also he then bought another
Of
BMW.
course I did.
Oh, you traded it in.
I have a 550 plug-in.
I guess I'm the only one that likes electric cars.
What's that?
I guess I'm the only one that likes electric.
No, yeah, but I can charge mine.
I can charge mine. I've never had range anxiety. I've driven down as far as Maryland with it.
Well, how far can you go?
It's got it's advertised 400 miles, but that depends how you drive it.
Oh,
You know, if you're gonna keep the thing down to the accelerator to the floor, you're not gonna get 400 miles.
I was lucky if I got 200.
Really?
Yeah,
What'd they advertise?
240.
Oh, okay.
And,
Okay.
and I didn't think that would be a problem until I drove to a friend of mine in New Jersey, in Pennsylvania, and I said,
Yeah,
well,
240 is not much.
yeah.
Yeah. But I tell you, I've had mine for 3 years now. I love it.
Are you driving a Tesla?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I love it.
Some bad advertising lately.
By me?
He's gotten a little bad advertising lately.
You think?
Yeah, yeah, I do think.
I bought it before he went crazy. Okay.
Hey, listen, it's a good car. It just,
You know, he
how are you, Steve?
I'm fine, thank you. Nice to
Hey.
join you guys.
Hey, Steve.
Hi,
Hiya.
Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Hiya.
Are
Hiya.
you in California?
No, we got actually we got back to Chicago a month ago. It was the evening of the meeting that we had, and that was my travel day back to Chicago. So I'm here for another month and a half, and then we'll head back for the summertime for the nice weather instead of this hot weather here in Chicago.
Well, yeah, Chicago should be pretty nice in another month.
Well, yeah, today was 50, but windy, but it's fine. I don't mind it. It's my home, and
Hey, it's whatever you get used to, right?
yeah, well, you know what I'm used to, Sam? I'm used to following the sun. You know what
All
I
right,
mean?
all right, all right.
We've been going back and forth to California and Chicago for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
And
Then you know how blessed you are.
but I'll tell you what, it's getting to be tougher and tougher to run through these airports and it's just, I don't know, I'm slowing
Traveling's
down.
not traveling's not fun anymore, that's for sure.
Well, yeah. And
Traveling is a difficult thing.
yeah, well, both of me and my wife, we'll both be 80 this year, so and we're still moving.
Good.
Steve, there's a lot of guys here on this call that aren't far behind you.
Yeah, I know, but they're behind me.
3 weeks. No, 3 weeks I'll be 80.
Oh my gosh. No,
Bob,
well, you're in front of me then, Sam. I
Bob's-
won't be 80.
Hey, that wouldn't be April 23rd, would it?
April 23rd, Bobby will be 79.
79, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be 80.
Holy cow.
Yes. I guess I'm the kid here. I'm 78.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well,
You're just
so
a
am I.
puppy,
I'm
Morris.
78. I'll be 79 in May.
See?
Yeah.
Well, we're all in the same league. Let's put it that
Well,
way.
we've
Yeah.
made it this far, and that's a plus. So
Yeah.
good for us.
I'm just
Sav's,
to be alive.
Sav told me he didn't know if he was going to make it. He's going to a beach extravaganza.
A what?
A beach extravaganza.
Well, I hope he wears his what do you call them shorts that guys wear, them swimsuits.
He said he's supposed to wear a bathing suit.
No. I want to see that. He should put that on film.
Yeah. I told him, take pictures.
No, no.
I didn't say I'd show him. I just said take them.
Hey, Pete, do
Yeah,
you still have your place in Bethany?
I do in Delaware.
Delaware, yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. You want to come down and visit?
Little far for a visit. I'm at the beach.
Aw.
I'm at the beach myself. I want to come to the beach
What?
there.
Where are you in New Jersey?
Yes, sir.
How far could that be from Delaware?
It's probably not that far because you take the ferry over at
Exactly.
Cape May over to what's the place in Delaware?
Yeah, it goes into
Cape May to what's it?
Yeah.
goes into Lewis.
Yeah, Cape May to Lewis. Yeah.
I'd love to see you.
Not that far as far as time wise. It takes some time because you got to wait for the ferry, but mileage wise, it's probably not too bad.
Yeah. Well, hey, Pete, I'll tell you what, that ferry takes cars and it goes both ways.
Morris has always had a sense of humor, hasn't he? Yeah, Morris, I am going to take you to. We are going to go to Lamberti's. I was going to get a hold of you and deal with that.
Yeah. Well, we'll do it in May.
I'm healthy now.
Yeah. Good. We'll celebrate that.
I will celebrate that also, and it's good to feel that you're feeling okay.
Yeah. Gary, I don't know whether a couple of guys may not know it. Jones had some medical challenges and I don't remember the name of the thing he got, but he's recovering from that. And,
Wow.
I'm sorry to hear that.
he got medication and it's taken care of it.
Huh.
And so forth. We couldn't lift his arms at all and extreme pain and so forth. We
He's
were
in
up
a
at
lot
his
of pain,
house,
you said?
yeah, we were up at his house last weekend. Went up and had lunch with him. And
Oh.
he's doing fine now.
Oh,
that's-
good.
That's the problem with aging. There's always some malady.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is Gary older than he's older than 80, isn't he, Morris?
Gary, I think he's either
think he's 80.
or 81.
Yeah, I think he's 81 already. Yeah.
I think he's 81.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we're all in the same league called the Senior League.
Do you
yeah.
remember when you thought 80 was ancient? That was your
Yeah,
grandfather?
well, it is. Sam, just in case you didn't notice, it is.
I don't feel that way.
I understand that. Mentally, you're still 18.
But when I go to do something, that's when it kicks in.
I went out to lunch with a group of guys that I know, and I was the youngest of the group. Yeah. And, one guy comes in on a walker, one guy is barely walking. Yeah. It's challenging, the whole thing is challenging.
Yeah, it sure beats the alternative though, you
There
guys.
you go, Bob. There
Absolutely.
you go.
Bob, the alternatives suck.
Yeah.
Hey,
Right.
Pete, you promised several times to get Ron Herzog in. What
You
happened?
know, you don't know how many times I badgered him. In fact, I spoke to him 2 days ago. I love Ron, but he's a fucking pain in the ass. He is still such a curmudgeon.
So
Where does
in
he
other
live?
words,
Where does he
Yes.
live?
Outside of San Antonio in a place called Bourne, Texas.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He went down there with wife number 3, and of course, the poor woman died as soon as he got there.
He had the worst luck with women, didn't he?
Oh God, this is number 4. I'm surprised somebody will go with him. Go with Ron. You
Yeah.
don't.
I know.
Get married the 4th time now, though, or not?
Oh yeah,
Holy cow.
yeah.
That's amazing.
He doesn't have good luck with this, or he's killing him. One or the other. I have to figure out which one. But I tease him about it, and I spoke to Burrell a while back, and
Oh, damn.
he and I are on a different page, unfortunately. And poor Sokola can't walk.
What's wrong with him? What's wrong with John?
His back.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
he's
Yeah,
had a
he's
back
got-
problem for a long time. I thought he had been
He
going
had
to a
one knee
chiropractor and it was a lot better.
No. In fact, he was at my beach place. I let him use it with the kids, and he was going down the steps, and unfortunately, he did a face plant.
Oh,
Yeah,
So it was your fault.
of course it was. I had steps. It had to be my fault.
Wow.
He reminded me of that.
Hmm.
But I said to him, let's go down and see Ron. We were going to fly in a private jet to see Ron. He said, I can't sit in the plane.
Hmm.
I said, you need help. What can I say?
Now, who has the private jet? You?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, and that, a kid from the Bronx never expected this. But I sold my company and they paid me much too much fucking money. Much too much.
Well, send some back,
Ah,
write it off.
Oh, God. Going to Hiram Scott was the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't imagine where I'd be without that school. I can't. And I can't imagine where Sam would be.
I think you have to say that about all of us.
Yeah, I would say that for myself too. Best thing
Yeah.
ever did. Yeah, best thing ever happened to me as far as education, as far as, these guys I'm talking to now, it's unbelievable that
Yeah.
we've still got a connection.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And all the guys have done pretty well. I mean, I think for the most part, most of the guys have done very well. It wasn't Harvard by any chance, by any means, but we all came out of it in a great way.
But Peter, my opinion is school was harder then than it is now. And you know why I say that?
No,
Because there were less seats than there were students. Okay.
okay.
Now there's more seats than students, so they compete for you. Back
Yeah.
then, when we were in school, they didn't really care if you made it or not because they had somebody else to fill that seat.
Right.
So I
we
think school was a lot harder then.
I think we were lucky that it was the Vietnam era,
Yeah.
and those schools were open because of Vietnam. Parsons, our school,
Yeah.
and I'm sure there's a bunch of others that I don't know the name of. And we had some great professors.
Oh, we had fantastic professors.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
great
Who
professors.
was the political science? Stromer?
Yeah.
Stromer,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Stromer.
think he eventually went to
Marvin
jail,
Stromer.
didn't he?
Marv Stromer. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had heard he got in trouble later on after he left Hiram Scott and
What do you
wound
mean?
up getting sent to jail.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
Why? Got in jail for what?
Yeah, I don't know what for, but
It
uh,
had to be a woman. Had to be a woman.
And we had guys like Bob Manley,
Oh,
yeah,
I remember Hanley.
Dr. Manley.
yeah.
Yeah, I took
Uh,
a number of history courses with him.
Who was the
Yeah.
econ guy?
Nagin Shet. Remember that guy? Political science. He was from India.
Yeah.
I had that guy.
My worst teacher was the Jenkins, the guy that did the accounting
Yeah,
course.
Jenkins. Yeah, he did
Is that
accounting.
his
Yeah.
name? Yeah. I just couldn't seem to get it with him.
Who was the economics guy?
Oh, Henderson.
Yeah, he was
Yeah, he
good.
was
I
good.
liked him.
Oh
Yeah.
He
yeah.
was good. He
One
was
A, one B, and the rest failed.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good both times I took his course.
He was a pain in the ass. You remember anybody remember Paul Barber?
Yeah,
Yes, I do.
I don't know whatever happened to him. He was smart as hell. He and Herzog always competed, excuse me, for the A in the class with Henderson. Everybody else competed for a B or a C. Yeah, yeah. Barber wanted to be an investment banker. I don't know how he ended up. I hope he ended up well. He was a smart guy.
I remember that I took Henderson's class the first time
Yeah.
just because I didn't go to class and I didn't do any homework. He failed me.
Oh, gee,
I
go
could,
figure.
I could
And so-
only imagine.
So after
Go figure.
I'd gotten a letter from administration the next semester saying if you don't get at least a 1.4 average, you're out. I took it
God.
again. And I remember him telling, and that time I actually went to class and did the homework. And I remember, one time in the class saying, it's good to see that some of you are really doing great now. He said, I was beginning to wonder whether I'm the right person for this job. And I assured him
Wow.
after class, if he was talking about me, he was. It wasn't him, it was me. Yeah.
Henderson was one tough son of a gun. I wonder whatever happened to him. What school he ended up going to after the school closed down, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You talk about, because you didn't go to class, to show you how times have changed. My grandson now is in his second semester and he takes all his courses online. He doesn't go to class at all.
Yeah.
Really?
Unbelievable.
That's
Unbelievable.
Does he stay at home, Sam?
Yeah. Yeah. He
Is he on
does it right
campus?
from his right from his. At least I hope he's doing his stuff right from home.
What school is he at?
It's a junior college. It's a local junior college,
yeah.
but doesn't have to go to class. Doesn't have to go to the campus at all.
I'll
Yeah,
be
but
darned.
that's not a real college experience. I mean, how do you till cows if you're not in college?
I don't know. I don't know.
Did you ever go out tilting cows?
Tilting cows?
Yeah, tilting
No,
cows.
I didn't. I never did
I
that.
did that.
That's because you were from New York.
I used to think black cows had chocolate milk. Yeah.
Well, he's get the educational experience, but he don't get the social experience, and that's the difference,
Oh,
you
you
know.
don't.
And
Yeah.
Well, so many kids now can't communicate with you anyway because they got their phone
Right.
in their damn face.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
You
Put
know,
the phone away.
don't get the any social experience.
Yeah, right. And then then you get out in the real world and you can't communicate with people. It's
Right.
that's
I,
half
got-
the.
I have to say, I went out for my grandson's graduation at the University of Wisconsin. That is one great school.
Madison.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My daughter went there. My grandson went there. My son-in-law went there, and I visit from time to time because my daughter's still and they all live out there in Madison. And I went to my daughter took me to the football game at Wisconsin and Penn State. It was a lot of fun. I mean, there's a lot of pageantry to that school.
Yeah. Yeah. All of the schools that are, Wisconsin,
Yes, and
Illinois.
Nebraska.
Yeah.
Nebraska was the same way.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
The guy that's quarterback for Nebraska, I've got a connection with the governor of Nebraska. He's the only
Really?
governor I've got his phone number in my phone. But when they recruited the quarterback that they've got, they had last year as a freshman, they brought him to the governor's office and had him sit in the governor's chair.
Uh,
They talked to him about, go ahead and come on, sign, you'll start as a freshman. And
Wow.
he signed. He gets over $1 million a year.
Of course,
Okay.
he gets the NIL money.
Yeah,
I got a question for you on the NIL money.
yeah.
Yeah,
Do you guys follow basketball at all? College
I do.
basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Cooper Flag, freshman, supposedly I read that he made $5 million in
Yep.
NIL money. Is that possible?
Yes.
Yes, I read
There
that.
are
possible,
football and basketball that make more than that. He's
Why
not
in the-
paid.
Why in the world why would he want to go to the NBA now then? He's not going to make that much as a rookie.
Oh, they're going to pay him 30 or 40 million to come.
Not that's a 3 or 4 year contract though.
No. 30 million a year, I bet.
Not as a rookie.
I bet you they do.
Well,
He's going to be the #1 draft pick of
right.
I bet you he gets 30 to 40 million a year.
Well, Sam, they'd have to pay him more, otherwise he would not leave. Let's put it that way. So, Peter, you're probably right. It's going to be more than he would make at college. Otherwise, why the hell
So why
leave?
go?
Right.
So now college sports it's all about the money now,
Of
Absolutely.
course it is.
which is sad.
It's always
That's
been
sad.
about the money, Sam.
No, but they weren't getting NIL money before.
Not like it is now.
I mean, they're
Not,
getting
not for the players. It was for the school, but not for the players.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Even the players back in the 70s. I went to the University of Nebraska before I went to Hiram Scott. And
You go to class.
years there, the rule was
He didn't go to class.
everybody there was a basketball player, had a brand new car, all kinds of stuff, never went to a class and had straight C's.
That was kind of under the table, wasn't it? Though.
Absolutely it was.
Yeah.
You got to realize, I'm sure you realize, Sam, that all of this big time college football, basketball, that's big money.
Yeah. But for the schools. But now it's for the players too, which
And yes, now that the players have determined they should share in that money.
yeah.
But what's going to happen is it's going to kill a lot of the smaller sports.
Oh yeah. It's going to be a half a
Because-
dozen schools are going to dominate the sports.
It comes in like Illinois has an association that runs NIL, and all the money filters through the association that's external to the college. But now they're talking about there may not be enough money to do some of the lesser sports anymore.
Oh God.
You know, the shame of it is, I mean, you look at a guy like Juan Soto. He got paid $765 million for 15 years.
Yeah.
60 or 70 million a year, and a $75 million a year signing bonus. Plus, he gets endorsement money. At what point does it become ridiculous?
Yep.
I mean, what can you do with 75 million you can't do with 50? I mean, the whole thing is out of hand.
You can buy a bigger boat,
A bigger boat.
a more expensive car, a bigger
No,
house.
no, you can't. You can't, because you can finance the goddamn thing. Yeah, I mean, and that's. I wanted to go to the Yankee game. I wanted to sit downstairs. $1,800. I said no. I just ridiculous. It's obscene.
Yep.
The whole thing is obscene. And my wife yells at me because I have the baseball package on my TV, I have the basketball package, I have the hockey package, and the football package. And she said, why do you support that? Here's a good question. I don't have a good answer.
Well, the answer is, Peter, they paid you more than you expected for your business, just like you said. So get all the.
Now you can afford those
Oh.
channels.
And now the Bears are going to have a good team, Steve.
Yeah, they are. They got a new coach. The quarterback's going to be okay.
Yeah,
Williams is good, and they got a couple of recruits from the offensive linemen from the Chiefs. So yeah, they're looking good. And it's about time, believe me.
Do you go to the game?
No, I don't go to, I used to, but I don't go anymore. It's, you know what? It seems like at these professional games, especially here in Chicago at the Bears, everybody's standing up, they're half hammered, they're all standing in front of you. I want to sit down and watch the game. And all these people are just standing up in front of me, and I said, the hell with it. I just,
That's how I feel. I feel
you
the
know,
same.
do they say in New York, everybody's standing up all the time?
Oh,
The whole
yeah,
game?
all the time.
Jesus Christ, they says,
Standing up in front of you, so you got to stand up. It's a
yeah,
thing.
yeah. So I got to
Yeah.
stand up, and then the guy behind, it's just the domino effect right down the line. Everybody's standing up, and I said, "The hell with it." I quit going.
Peter, about 30 years ago, when I was working for CNA, we had the president of Generali from Italy insurance company come over
Sure.
and was trying to make some deals with him. And we took him to a Cubs game, and we were there in the first, second, third inning. And finally, he turned to us and said, "Why doesn't anybody ever pay attention to the game?" He said,
Yeah,
"Sit there and they talk to each other. Once in a while, somebody does something and everybody hollers, and then they turn away and they just ignore the game again." And he said, "I think I'm ready to go."
that's a good observation at the
We had to
Cubs
leave
here.
after the third inning.
Yeah, that's a good observation for the Cubs here at Wrigley Field. It's everybody's just enjoy. It's a night out or an evening
Yeah,
out or afternoon out, and
yeah.
nobody's watching a game.
But he
At
was
least
used
they're
to
sitting
soccer.
down
Yeah,
He was
I've always wanted to go to Wrigley Field. I've never gone there. I've always wanted to see the stadium. I'm sure you've been there, Steve.
Oh yeah, lots of times. It's a
I've
nice
always wanted
place.
to go. My daughter lives in Madison, Wisconsin, and she
Yeah.
said, "We're gonna meet there and we're gonna go before you're dead." I said, "You better hurry."
Yeah.
Yeah,
I see you got the Yankees game on the TV there. I see the Yankees right now on the
they are.
screen.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Yankee game is on. The Yankees are up 9-0.
Oh
It's
yeah, yeah.
yeah, today 9-0. Tomorrow they'll lose 9-0.
Well, the Dodgers are what? 8-0. What 8 wins and 0 losses so
Yeah,
far.
well, they're gonna be. I think they're gonna win 160 games this year.
I'll tell you what, Dodgers are doing good so far.
Well, you have Guggenheim Partners backing you,
Yeah.
spending all the money in the world that you want, and you buy
Yeah.
every player.
Yeah.
And that's what they've done.
That's what they've done.
Good for them.
Money, they're chasing the money, man. He's got the money and that you can buy the team.
It's
Yeah,
all about money.
it's kind of funny. It shows you you're aging. When I was growing up, $1 million was just unbelievable. If you knew
Unbelievable.
somebody that was a millionaire, they were just wealthy. Now, $1 million isn't shit.
Hey, I was
Right.
Well, no, ho.
It's
Hey,
not.
dating
I don't want to go that far.
Well, it's not that. I won't say it's not shit, but it's not
yeah.
that unusual.
It's not what it used to be.
I was dating a girl when I was in high school. Her father made $50,000 a year. Oh my God.
Yeah.
No kidding.
It was a lot of money.
Large.
A lot of money. A lot of money.
Well, when I started work out of Hiram Scott in 1969, I started at $7,200. I think it was my salary.
Well, that was
My
more than me.
goal-
I
My
started
goal was to
I-
make 10,000.
I started at 6,900.
All right, and look where he ended up.
I started in 7,600 in teaching, stayed for 14 years. And then, I had my doctorate and an insurance company came along and grabbed me. It gave me, at the time I was making 27,000, I think, or 25 with 3 kids. And if Rosemary wouldn't have worked, we could have qualified for food stamps. And they offered me 35.
Well, you must have thought you were
Wow.
If
living
I would have
large,
stayed
huh?
in teaching for 10 more years, I wouldn't have made 35.
That was a big raise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just incredible. Hey, Bob, what are you doing out there?
What do you mean? What am I doing? I'm watching you guys.
Yeah, but what are you doing these days?
Not a hell of a lot. Just enjoying life. Life is good. Play a
Good.
lot of cards.
What are you playing?
Play bridge in a game called Samba, which is a canasta game.
Uh-huh.
What else do we do? In a veterans club.
Okay.
Veterans, what Vietnam veterans?
No, it's just general veterans and
Oh,
anybody.
Hiram, okay.
We
all
got
right,
some
yeah.
young guys in this neighborhood, so
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
long have you been retired, Bob?
retired and I had 21 years, I think.
Wow. Good for
Yeah.
you. Good for you. And you found a way to fill up your day and the whole thing?
Oh yeah, well, I'm just slowing down now. I can
Did
Hey,
you play
Bob.
bridge in college?
no, we learned that after I retired,
You
actually.
guys remember Dr. Backus?
Yeah,
Yeah.
One
yes.
time, Rosemary and I, he and his wife invited Rosemary and I to come over to their house and play bridge with him. And I had never played bridge, but we went anyway and, spent the evening playing bridge and they were teaching us. They never invited us back.
Uh,
It was my hint that was not my game.
Apparently, you didn't impress him, Mars.
that's a tough game. You got to learn that game.
Well, my wife's trying to teach me mahjong now. It's a couple other people.
Hmm.
That
That's
sounds
tough.
pretty fascinating.
You play that, Pete?
No, I play a lot of chess, but I don't play mahjong.
This is a popular game. We lived in an age-restricted community, and
The
there are
major-
probably more mahjong players than any
Yeah.
other activity.
I understand it's a major gambling game.
Oh, for the Asians and Japanese, yes, huge.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
men mostly.
yeah, absolutely. My mother used to play that. They used to have a rotating game from house to house, and every other Thursday it was in my apartment. They had the mahjong women show up.
Hmm.
That meant the guys had to leave.
Is that an Oriental game?
Yes,
Asian
Asian,
game?
Chinese, I think.
Uh-huh.
Chinese or Japanese or one of the Asian cultures.
Is that the one where they all come to the casinos and play too?
I don't know. No,
No, I don't think
I don't
so.
think so.
Bob would know better than me. This is called Bams and Cracks and all sorts
Oh
of.
yeah, you got it.
I do. I never understood it, but I used to listen to it when I hid in my bedroom. Yeah,
Who are you hiding from?
all the women,
All the old ladies.
all the old ladies playing Bams and Cracks. Yeah,
You grew up in Queens, right?
I grew up in the Bronx.
Oh, the Bronx. Okay.
And then they moved me out of the Bronx into Queens to save my life. Yeah.
I gotta tell you a
wasn't-
story.
I
Gotta tell you a
wasn't
story
doing-
about the.
I
Can I tell you a
wasn't
story
doing
about the
well
Bronx?
in the Bronx.
I went in 1983 when we moved up here, Connecticut. I looked on the map, and I, going to go up to Connecticut, go over the George Washington Bridge, 95 up to Hartford. Going through the Bronx, I'm going. There were all these cars that had been stripped and
Yep.
burnt to nothing. I'm going, holy shit, man! If I break down here, I'm a dead man.
What part of Connecticut did you grow up in?
We moved here. I grew up in Maryland, but we moved here in 83.
Oh wow. Okay.
And your son went to school in Avon where I live.
That's right. He
Yeah.
went to Avon Old Farms.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did he go there 4 years?
He went there 3, I think. It was 3. They decided that at one point in high school here, he no longer should be there. That's how he ended up at Avon Old Farms.
Yeah. My son went there for a year. He was a day student. And it's really not set up for day students, but
No, he went there and stayed.
yeah.
The
Good
only
school.
way, the only way they could, how do I say it? My son is not stupid. He just didn't care.
Right.
And at Avon Old Farms, you were there with 6 or 7 kids in a class. You didn't
Yep.
do your homework. They came for you.
Yep.
And then if you didn't do that, you had to work on Saturday.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Yep.
And in spite of himself, he got an education there.
Yep.
My
Wasn't
boss is
cheap,
here.
though.
Hey,
Hi.
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 Hello.
Hi.
how are you, Rose?
I am fine.
Good.
Nice to see you.
Oh, it's good to see all of you.
I haven't seen you in a couple of years.
A few.
Yeah,
I think I had brown hair the last time you saw me.
I think it was like 50.
That could be.
Could be. I
Yeah, I
just
think it
turned
was.
80, so, it could have been 50 years.
I think it might have been 55, really. I was 22 or 23 years old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
At your wedding. I haven't seen you since then,
that's right. We've all changed.
one way or another, and luckily we're all still here.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah,
So I'll let you guys keep gabbing away.
it's nice.
Well, it's
to
sure
see you.
nice to see you, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
nice to
Take
see
care,
you
Rose.
too. Take care. All right.
God,
Hey, Sam,
Yes, sir.
is the Ship Cafe still in business?
No, it went out. I got a funny story. In 1986, I was married, kids. I go, I want to take you back where I worked in the summers. So I drove everybody down to Ocean City. We stayed out, like, if you knew Ocean City, when I was there, it was all dunes past the 39th Street up to the Delaware line. When I went back in 86, it was all built up. So we stayed there. Got to show you the Ship's Cafe. The Ship's Cafe had been torn down and condos
oh, no,
built. So the whole place had changed. It was a very depressing week that I spent there because it had changed so much. I didn't appreciate it anymore.
that is sad. That
Yes.
is very sad.
I'm
Yes.
surprised you didn't go back there and work after college. You did so well.
Well, I was gonna. I tell you, when I graduated from Hiram Scott, I couldn't find work because they all said, "Come back once you finish your draft." That summer of '69, I was almost going to go back, but I did get a job. Of course, then I got drafted. So
Did
Did
you
you
get
go?
drafted in 1969?
yes, sir. August
then-
of '69.
Did you
Yeah.
Me
serve
too.
then?
I'm sorry.
Did you go into the service?
Yeah, oh, yeah, I got drafted. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got drafted too, but they didn't accept me.
Oh, why not?
I
Good
don't
taste.
know. Luck, I guess.
Oh, well, when I graduated in February from Hiram Scott, and my draft deferment was good till October. So when I went out to apply for jobs, which I thought the first place I went to was going to hire me, right? You know how that goes.
Oh, of course.
And they said, well, come back once you finish your draft thing. So I went to two of the other places. They all told me the same thing. So I go, shit, I'm not going to wait till October because I thought I was going to fail the physical. I called the draft board up. So I'm out of school. Call me after my physical. So they did, and I passed it.
Oh, man.
But it all turned out well because I spent 19 months in the service. 5 years later after that, I joined the reserves and stayed for 20 years, and I got a nice retirement out of that too.
No kidding. You stayed in
Yeah.
the reserves?
I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah,
You and Gary.
yep, yep. You never know how things are going to turn out because when I got out of the Army in 71, I go, I don't want any more part of this. And 5 years later, I was back in. So you just never know. Never know.
Sometimes you make a left turn instead of a right turn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You never know where
Yeah.
you're gonna end up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still remember you jumping off that table yelling Superman with a raincoat on and nothing else.
I don't remember that.
I remember that perfectly.
I think
You were so
that's
fucking
I think
drunk.
that's what we need to get out of our minds.
I remember Sam falling off the pickup and breaking his arm.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
God.
that was supposed to get me out of the draft, Morris.
Yeah, but
You know how that turned out too, right?
Yeah.
that didn't work, did it, Sam?
I'm sorry.
Uh-huh. That didn't work.
No, that didn't work out well.
We're all lucky to be alive. It's just, we've all been very fortunate.
Yep.
Yeah,
All the things that could happen, we've been very fortunate. So,
Yep, no doubt.
so are you staying in Harrisburg? Is that going to be your permanent residence, or?
Every now and then I wonder, but I have a place in Delaware, as you have one in New Jersey, I do
Yeah.
believe, and I wonder where to go. And right now, I'm a little disturbed by America itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm challenged by what happened today, or last night. I don't understand what the hell we're doing to isolate ourselves, but where the hell can we go? The whole world has moved in this direction and moved away from us, or at least from me. I
No.
don't know the right answer. And I don't want to go to Florida. I think about it from time to time. Get a
Florida's
place
becoming very expensive.
very.
My
For
son lives in
insurance.
my son lives in Tampa. He's a block back from the from Tampa Bay.
Yep.
His insurance, his homeowner's insurance,
It's
which I
through the
find
roof.
unfathomable, he pays $12,000 a year for homeowners
Yeah, I
insurance.
believe it.
Yeah,
It's
I was
just
looking at a
it's
place
just
down in Jupiter.
insane.
I was looking at a place down in Jupiter. The home insurance is 16,000.
Oh,
And
Well,
I
Sam,
said, on
over at
top of
Long
the,
Beach Island, LBI,
I'm
there
sorry.
are,
No, my son. I'd say my son lives in Tampa, Florida.
yeah, no, I mean in Jersey. You're talking about the
Oh
cost
no,
of LBI.
Jersey. Oh, go ahead.
There's a guy I know that has a house over there and he pays 30 grand a year for insurance.
well,
Whoa.
and in New Jersey, you pay outrageous real estate taxes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
In Delaware, I pay next to nothing. My real estate taxes in Newton, my place cost $1 million. I could sell it for 2. My real estate taxes is 1,700.
You know why that is?
Yeah, DuPont.
I'm sorry. What's that?
DuPont.
Well, no, it's not only DuPont, but it's
Yeah.
the structure of corporations
Yes, they all incorporate that.
incorporating in Delaware.
Yep, that's
I
right.
just realized that a week or so ago.
Oh, I knew that.
You know, Sam, or Pete, we live in Barnegat, which is right by LBI. And, you know, a nice community. Our house, our property tax each year are just under 11,000. But I count myself lucky because we moved down here 11 years, or no, 20 years ago. In North Brunswick, when I was there, our property taxes were about 10,000 a year. So, you know, I don't know what it is where we used to live in Jersey, you know, in North Jersey, but the people
Well,
are coming down here and say, "Oh, these are great."
New Jersey is very expensive, as is Connecticut.
I got property in Connecticut and Jersey, both insane property taxes.
Yes, you do. I mean, Pennsylvania is pretty inexpensive, to be honest. It's, I guess I'm paying 7 or 8,000, which isn't bad considering I have 5 acres here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Delaware, there's no sales tax, no income tax. I don't know why the hell I don't just make myself a permanent resident of Delaware.
Yeah.
No sales tax, no real estate tax, no income tax.
Yeah, but you like Harrisburg. You've been there a
What's
long time. You've been there a long time, so you like it. It's home.
Yeah. You know, I built a nice house
Like
here.
Steve can't leave Chicago. It's home,
Well, yeah, you're right.
right?
I have to pretty soon though. And speaking about insurance or real estate tax, if you're a veteran, a disabled vet in Illinois or in Chicago, I don't know one or the other. Well, I'm in Chicago. I get 0%. I don't have to pay a penny tax.
Wow.
Zero.
Are you?
Now, in California, I have to pay, I think it's $12,000 a year for a place there.
No doubt.
But I can only claim one. I can't claim 2 homes
No,
as
and you have to stay in the state 6 months in a day.
correct. Yes, 6 months and 1 hour. Yes.
And they really pay attention to it.
Well, you can fudge a little bit, but I'm pretty close to that either way.
Yeah,
But,
you got to be careful with it.
You bet, because if they ever checked, I'd have to show them my airline tickets and everything. When I left and when I come back, when I left and come back, and
No.
but and speaking of insurance, especially homeowners insurance in California, it's very tough to
Oh
get.
yeah.
I mean, nobody wants to sell it to you other than you have to get it through the state.
Well, that's the thing in Florida.
As
All the private insurers have left the state. So
Well,
Correct.
my sister lives in California in Santa Barbara, and you know, you got to pay for the boulders running down the hill or the earthquake coming, and now she's moving to Sarasota, Florida. She thinks it's going to be cheaper there.
Well, Jersey's now got the senior freeze, so that if you are, I think, age 70 and make less than 200,000, your property taxes can be frozen,
Oh,
not raised.
You know, I grew up in the Bronx, and a number of my friends ended up in Georgia, outside of the Atlanta area, into places like Roswell, and they don't have, if you're over 65, there's no real estate tax
Wow.
Yep.
if you're over a certain age.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they have no education down there. I don't know, you know, I'm being facetious, of course, because
But-
I have a prejudice that I'm certain that I live with. I always think, I went down to Nashville on vacation. I thought I needed a passport to go to that place. It was unbelievable.
Why?
How?
I did a whiskey tasting at, what's the famous place down there? I forget the name of it. And ended up in Shelbyville. And Shelbyville is very wealthy. They fly in the trotters, the horse. They have no restaurants. None. I ended up eating at a McDonald's, staying at a hotel I wouldn't have stayed in if they would have paid me. The place was awful. Jack Daniels. We went to Jack Daniels. And I have to admit that where Jack Daniels was, it was a whole different world than where Shelbyville was. They didn't have the prejudice. The blacks and whites lived together as equals. But once you get out of that little circle, it was like Ku Klux Klan territory.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're down south, buddy.
Ended up in Nashville, by the way. Nashville is rather interesting. If you're 22 years old, like when we were in college, it would have been great. But I'm not 22 anymore.
Yeah.
3-story bars with bands on each floor and girls just throwing themselves at you. But I have a wife and I'm 78 years old.
Pete, they're throwing at you now because they know you got money, buddy.
Yeah, I don't think they would. Yeah, I think I'm rather.
They don't care what you look like. They just know you got money.
I think at this age we're invisible.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You know, Pete,
Nobody looks at us anymore.
I don't know if it's still there, but Nashville, when we were there, we stayed in a hotel, or a motel or whatever it was, but it was about 3-story and it had a 3-acre atrium. And you could get
I was
a
in
balcony, a room with a balcony on the atrium and walk through. And every morning they had a live broadcasting radio show that
Yep.
emanated from the lobby of that hotel.
I was in that place. I can't remember it, but I remember
Yeah.
the atrium and
Yeah.
yes, you're right.
You were
That
there,
was a
Steve?
neat place.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
guys go together?
No.
No, he wasn't cute enough for me.
But now you got to walk around with that $100 bill in your front pocket. Hey, no problem. They're all over the place.
Hey, I just want you to know, Sam, I can no longer bike the way I used to.
Really?
Yeah,
You don't do 20 miles, 30 miles anymore?
no. I did 12 miles today and felt like I could have killed myself.
Well, God, maybe now I can keep up with you.
Yeah, no shit. In fact, I was going up my driveway and I said, maybe I should stop. And then I fall off the fucking bike.
I got 4 or 5 years ago, Pete was saying he's doing 30 miles, and I'm thinking, Christ, I can only do like 6. I go, I'm not gonna go biking with this guy because he'll leave me in the dust.
I can't do it anymore.
Well, at least you're still doing it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm trying.
As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
I'm having
You
fun.
got to get the e-bike now, though, Peter. You get the
I
e-bike,
got-
and,
is
then you
you have
go
one of
20
those?
miles.
You have one of those?
No, I quit biking. I fell down about 4 years ago and broke my hip, and
Oh,
I got rid of my bike. That's
Oh,
it.
God.
All gone.
I have an e-bike.
There you go.
I could have done that today. I'm going up my driveway, which is very steep, and I'm locked into my clips. And I said, I don't want to ride up this big hill. And I tried to stop, and the bike stopped and tilted over. And then I'm laying on the ground saying, what the hell did I just do? I could have broken my hip.
Yep. And you break your hip at your age and you're done, buddy.
No, thanks.
That's it.
That's good to know, Sam.
You're not coming back from the broken hip.
Thanks, Sam. I appreciate the information.
Hey guys, I gotta go. Happy
right.
birthday. Happy birthday there, Bob Stebbins.
Happy birthday, Sam.
Thank
Hey,
you.
your birthday's, Bob?
No, the 23rd.
Same day.
We have the same, we're a year apart.
Yeah.
I used to go to Buddy Bar. I turned 21. I would go to Buddy Bar and Bob would stay back in the apartment and fix dinner for me.
Yeah.
I remember they took me to Buddy Bar, and you remember the big glass? Of
Oh, yeah.
beer?
Yeah.
And they kept refilling the goddamn. I was so drunk. So drunk. Oh, God.
Sam, when I turned 21, you were there, of course, and
Yeah.
Stav and some other guys, and we did the thing at the Buddy Bar with the tall glass, and
Yeah,
then we went somewhere else with it was like a fishbowl thing,
yeah.
and I got just drunker than a skunk. I'll
Turn
tell
it
you.
up.
Sam, you remember I got sick that night in the apartment?
Oh yeah.
There's so many good memories,
Bob, do you know that you were my longest roommate?
Yeah, you too.
We lived together 3 semesters and I didn't live with anybody else that long. So worked
Really?
out well. We got along well.
Yeah.
Put up with each other, huh?
Sam, who was with us? Was Barry Bonine, you and me, and I guess John Yost in that
Yes.
new apartment?
In the apartment, yeah, yep.
Yeah.
You, me, Barry, and John Yost. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
And then we went to another apartment across town, which is a decent apartment, as I recall.
The one in the basement?
Yeah, that basement. No, that was the first one with a woman that was a waitress.
Yeah.
Christ, she wasn't too nasty.
Oh, good old days.
I was talking to Herzog, he's still bowling. Herzog is still out there bowling, doing really well. So I said to myself, I should go get a bowling ball and try this. And I did. I went out and drilled one, paid the money for it, got the shoes, the whole thing. Got on the alley, I felt like a paraplegic. Oh God, I said, how does he do it? I'm dying out here.
That's because he's been doing it for 50 years.
Oh God. So I've been going to therapy now to see if they can loosen my hips so I could try to do something, but the knees don't work, the ankles don't work, the back doesn't work. So I figured I'd give it up.
Hey, guys, got to go. So take care.
All right.
Morris, be in touch, okay?
Take it.
Take
Yeah.
care, Sam.
Be
Take
well.
care.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Nice to see you.
Take care.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Hey, Peter, is it arthritis that the doctor says you have with your hips and your knees and your?
I think part of it is I haven't stretched out well over the years, and part of it is arthritis, and
Yeah.
part of it is just a lack of flexibility in general. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we all have arthritis. I'll guarantee you that at our age. But
Steve, I can't even make a fist out of my left hand anymore.
yeah, I go to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I do maybe 20 minutes on the weights, but about an hour stretching on the mat and stuff. And then when I get back, I wash up and everything. And those are Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Those are the 3 days I can stand up and put my pants on standing up instead of sitting in a chair and put my pants on. It just goes to show you how it loosens you up. You know what I mean?
Yes. I've been going to therapy to loosen my hips, and
Yeah.
on those days I function better.
Yeah. So I feel good with days I can stand up, put my pants on. It's holy cow. Just
There
like
you
But I went to
it's a
make
big deal
fist.
anymore.
I went to make a fist the other day. I can't even make it. My left hand doesn't work.
Well, use your other hand.
I don't
Use your other hand.
use the other hand. The other hand works fine, Bob. The other hand is good. It's the left hand I can't move. It's just like stuck.
Are you right or left-handed?
Right.
Yeah. Well, same thing with me. I'm left-handed, but my right hand, I have a little bit of arthritis in the wrist. I feel, and it's there all the time, but fortunately it doesn't stop me from doing a lot. But
Uh-huh.
I never figure out why it's the least used hand that causes the problem.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't use the left hand as much, obviously, but it
Well,
doesn't
maybe
work
that's
as well.
why.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I don't use it as much.
Is that the answer?
Yeah.
Well, we got to get more of the guys onto this. I'm gonna have a real fight with Herzog. I'm,
I'll tell you
and
what. I'll tell you what.
Andy has been Hawkins has been very depressed. And I talk to him from time to time, and he
I'll tell him we'd love to have him.
did I tell you his wife is in dementia care?
No.
Yeah, his wife is in dementia care,
Yeah.
and he
It's a tough thing. I've got a brother, older brother. He has dementia and his wife has dementia. They're in two different
yeah,
facilities.
horrible disease,
Yeah.
horrible. I mean, just horrible. I mean, you're not really living a life when
Right.
that happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Have any of you guys looked into what's called a continuing care facility where you
Yes,
go
I
in
have.
and where you're just, you have independent living, and if you need it as you age, you get assisted living, and if you need memory care, you can go to memory care or
Yeah,
whatever they have.
I looked into it.
What did you find out?
I'm hoping I never end up there, is what I found out. And it's not about the money. It's that it's scary to think that you can be there. I
Yeah.
have a dear friend of mine who developed early onset dementia. He was a vascular surgeon, a really great guy at 68, and I went to see him. He's put on like 70 pounds. He
No.
doesn't look like the same human being.
Yeah.
It-
We looked at one, not Rosemary and I, one for her sister, when we were bringing her up here from Florida. And there was one in Lakewood that had it. It was a $200,000 buy-in.
yeah, they have,
If you stayed there for 5 years and then, lost your money or whatever, they would then take Medicaid or whatever. You could stay there forever, but it was 200 grand, buy-in.
yeah, Delaware has the same thing, and I looked into it in Delaware. It's about 180,000.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of retirees there because the cost of living is so low.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you one thing about those, we've looked into them as well, is you have to be healthy to get in.
That's correct, Bob. You have to
Okay.
you have
And
to
the
take,
problem
you have
is
to
if you-
qualify. You have to qualify. You're right.
Yeah, if you wait too long and something's wrong with you, then you can't get in.
No, they don't want you then.
Yeah, then you're a liability to them. I mean, then
Yeah.
they don't want you. They
No,
want
no.
you when you're a regular living standard, not assisted living or whatever. Because I was looking at one, and as a matter of fact, I looked at two of them. We looked at one in California and one here, and it's $1.5 million to get in.
Really?
Yeah, and like 12 grand a month,
Yeah.
fee.
Yeah.
I said
Wow.
that's pretty stiff.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you
No.
this, we've looked at a lot of them, and I'll tell you, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, a place called Willow Valley.
I know
It's-
that place.
Do you?
Yeah,
It is something else.
yeah, that's
Really
not
good.
far. That's about 40 minutes from me.
Wow.
Is it a good spot, Bob?
When
It
you say
is.
it's something else, what does that mean?
It has everything. They have there's a couple thousand people there. They have like 1,700 staff. They have 10 restaurants. They have a
Wow.
bowling alley. They have a golf simulator.
Yeah.
You name it, they have it. And it's just they have everything. It's
Did
incredible.
you get some costs from them?
Yes.
Fees?
And it
What were
depends.
they?
You can start out in a studio apartment to a 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom. Then they have
Yeah.
villas. They have townhomes. And
Yeah.
it just depends on how much money you want to spend.
Right.
But once you're in there, say Robin, my wife and I are in there, and she's
Right.
9 years younger, and theoretically, something's going to go wrong with me first.
Yeah.
They say I have to go to assisted living. I move to assisted living. She stays in the apartment, and we pay
Right.
more. There's no
Then you
additional
pay
fee,
it. Yes.
and that's unusual.
Yeah.
No, I think that's normal and customary, Bob, but I looked at two of them, and if you advance into a higher level of care, they charge you more. So
Yeah,
one spouse would stay in their apartment, whatever. And if the other one has to go to assisted living or whatever, memory care, it's an added expense.
Of
Yeah,
course,
at Willow, it's no extra charge.
that's the way it
Oh.
works. I mean,
It-
we have a big one here in Harrisburg called Leader Homes, and I just picked up a friend of mine for dinner and took him to dinner, and the place is rather gorgeous, but I saw his apartment. I said, this isn't a place I want to end up. I got them bury me.
Yeah.
Well, everybody would, Peter. Nobody wants to go.
No.
Nobody. Who wants to go there?
Hey, listen, my brother is now in his fourth home, because the place would call, he's difficult, I guess. And, I haven't seen him that way, but, the last time the, guy that ran the place called, his daughter and said, you got to take your dad out today. I mean, just out of a clear blue sky. She had no idea. And she said, you got to give me at least 3 days. I got to find a place for him to go.
Yeah.
And,
The problem is we're all living too long. Really, I mean, we're all aging
yeah,
and we're aging well for the most part. And at some point you don't age well.
right.
And
Yeah.
I'm just hoping somebody takes me away before that happens.
Yeah. That's
I'm
what
not
everybody
looking
wants.
forward to that process, by the way.
Where do I sign up for that? I want to take me away before I get there. I want to sign up for that right now.
You understand what I'm saying, Steve? Yeah, I mean, I just, yeah. My wife said to me, it was really sad. This guy just died in his sleep. And I'm saying to myself, wow.
Oh,
I
lucky
said, what an
dog.
Lucky guy,
opportunity.
yeah.
Yeah, lucky dog.
He had a little dementia and he died in his sleep. It's all good.
Yeah. 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 My mother spent almost 10 years in a dementia facility,
Oh, God.
you know. And the problem is, besides that, for the people outside, unless you're very wealthy, it bankrupts you.
It
Yeah.
can.
Oh, yeah.
It is the biggest cause of bankruptcy in the United States,
Yep.
which is sad. It's really a sad. I'm not, I hate that word woke, but I think that we have an obligation to take care of these people that are aging in place.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be this outrageous.
Yeah. But then what's going to happen? Because right now we're the baby boom,
We
generation
are.
going through, and it's a bubble that's going through.
Mhm.
And the generation behind us is smaller. It's going to get harder to afford it.
There's no doubt, there's less people working to support more people that are
Right.
not. There's no doubt that that is true. I wish I had the right answer, I don't.
Well, I wish you did too. We could make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah. I feel like I lost more money today in the market than I ever dreamed I'd have.
I'm just happy. Pete, it was one of those days, believe it or not, that I was happy I wasn't you.
Ah, yeah. Hey, thank you.
Mine was bad enough. I can't imagine what yours was.
Well, you know what, Peter? You didn't lose anything unless you sold anything. That's the
right.
way to look at it. If you didn't sell
That's
anything,
right.
you didn't lose anything.
I agree with you, Steve.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy. I
Yeah,
learned
be
that a long
back.
time ago.
It'll be
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
no doubt. Well, you guys be well. It was really,
Yep.
it's always a pleasure to be with you.
Peter, I'll call Gary and we'll get together,
I really want
Sometime.
to do that.
Late April.
I apologize for all those problems that I created, but I want to do that.
Okay.
Get the Lambertis with both of you.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Gary's going through whatever he's going through.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he may have just had another obligation tonight. It's unusual, but when we were together last weekend, he was fine.
I thought you said he had a health issue, or
Yeah.
But-
So,
let's work that out
yeah. All right.
as soon as possible.
All right. See you
Thank
tomorrow.
you. Bob, nice to talk to you. You too, Steve.
You too, Peter.
Be well, guys.
Take care.
Thank you.
I think I'm going to do the same thing,
All right.
guys.
Bob, it was good to see you.
Good to see you guys and see you next month.
All right. We'll be
Take care,
here.
guys.
Take care.
Okay, it's time to go too for Steve. So
Yeah.
adios, amigos. See you next month.
All right. Take care.
Good talking to you guys.
So long.
Okay, bye-bye.
And like they say, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.